What's up, guys? Jacoborth again here on Jacob's Life in Vegas with another video. This is video number 4 of Reasons to Love Las Vegas, Nevada. Now, this was one of the big ones that really helped seal the deal for me to move here. Like I said, I moved from San Jose, California, where the cost of living in the country is actually some of the highest. It is. I think last time I checked, San Jose actually had the highest median home price in the country. I think it was like $750,000 was the median home price in San Jose. And San Francisco, which is about 45 minutes away, was right behind it, like 650 or 700,000. And when I looked online at living out here in Vegas, like I said in another video, Clark County is about the same size as Santa Clara County. They're both right around 2 million people. And I just figured that, Vegas being another big area, another big city, the cost of living would be fairly high. I was pleasantly surprised that it was not. Coming out here, actually, even before I came out here, obviously I did some research online. I checked Craigslist and looked at home prices. Whether you're renting or looking to buy a home, it's much cheaper out here in Vegas. And for a while, it was even dirt cheap because Vegas was the foreclosure capital of the country when the economy really went down during the mortgage meltdown. But I looked at the cost of living out here compared to where I was living in San Jose, and also took into the fact, all the student loan debt I had from when I finished school at San Jose State. And I remember talking to a guy who I met through some connections in San Jose, talked to him on the phone. He was living out here, working in the industry. And I remember asking him about living out here, and he lives out in Henderson. And I remember asking him, what's your rent out there in Henderson? He goes, well, I have a 2-bedroom apartment that I rent for $750 a month. And I remember I was so puzzled and actually kind of in shock. I said, wait, can you say that again? That's actually what I said. And he said, yeah, he goes, I have a 2-bedroom apartment here in Henderson, and it cost me $750 a month. At that time, I was in a 2-bedroom apartment in San Jose that I shared. I had a roommate, and 2-bedroom apartment, 1 bathroom in San Jose for $1,400 a month downtown San Jose, and that was actually a deal. Compared to the rest of the area, it was a nicer apartment, and it was a pretty good deal compared to what some of the other guys I knew were paying at their place. So this guy was literally getting almost the exact same size place, or basically the same apartment setup, but for almost half the price that I was paying. And Henderson's a newer area out here. It's a growing area, just like the rest of the Las Vegas metropolitan area. So I'm sure his apartment was much newer and nicer than the apartment I was living in San Jose, which we were living in a building that was probably about 100 years old. And I just remember hearing that and just being so surprised at the cost of living out here being so much lower. If you're moving out here from, more the middle of the country, like I had somebody I talked to out here who moved from Nebraska. They were saying the cost of living in lots of parts of Nebraska, even in Omaha, were similar to here in Vegas. If you're moving from an area like that, then the cost of living will be similar. But if you're moving from San Francisco, Los Angeles, San Jose, New York City, Chicago, if you're moving from a major city where the cost of living is high, you will be pleasantly surprised to see how cheap it is to live out here in Vegas. The $1,400 a month that our 2-bedroom apartment was costing us in San Jose, you could easily rent a 1,600 square foot, 3-bed, 2.5 bath house out here in Vegas for that price. You could easily do that. And there was just no comparison. And the other part that was, conducive to me finishing up school, trying to pay off my student loan debt as fast as I could, was the fact that Nevada has no state income taxes. There's only a handful of states in the country that do not have a state income tax, and Nevada was one of them. And based on what I made last year, I remember being glad I lived out here because I did the math, and if I had lived in California, after the federal taxes, I would have paid another few thousand to the state of California. In Nevada, I got to keep that few thousand. So for me, it was a win on both ends. I mean, the cost of living was a win. The no state taxes was a win for me. I mean, I was able to pay off more of my student loan debt by coming out here, by living in an area that was cheaper and had no state taxes. So that was really, after I'd found a job out here, I was looking at a job or even just thinking about moving out here. Once I knew Nevada had no state taxes, but once I saw the cost of living, that was pretty much what helped seal the deal for me. I mean, coming out here, like I said, buying a house is cheaper, renting a house is cheaper, gas prices are cheaper out here, the sales tax is cheaper than it is in California. There's no state income taxes. So, and it's a big area. There's more than enough to do out here, whether you're a single person or whether you have a family. I mean, you have all the amenities that you would have in any other big metropolitan area, but just for a much cheaper price. So, all right, guys, that's it for this video. I'm Jacob. This is My Life in Vegas. Stay tuned for the next video for reasons to love Las Vegas, Nevada.